Saints and the Washington Redskins. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Redskin team as they interplay here. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Saints, they come in at an early crossroads here, facing a tough opponent on the road where a loss would make them 0-3.
And when you start that way, doubts really start to creep into a locker room, and guys start to battle each other instead of worrying about winning games.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So out comes the Redskins offense now onto the field. Leading them out is their 6'2 quarterback who was a fourth-round pick back in 2012, Kirk Cousins.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
They go play action here on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Out of the gun, Smith. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch it.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. So on fourth down, the Redskins will call on Tress Way to punt it away. And take it right on the 30. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. 16 carries, 67 yards, and a touchdown.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that. But they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
A gain of 6 there on first.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
And they'll get him down right around the 16. Deron Payne, the big D tackle there to make the stop. This is how they will line it up defensively for Washington. They come into this one way down at number 23 against the run of the NFL.
And being able to set the tone early in this game, because when you get down to it, it's that sign that we saw in their football facility when we visited with them. The one that said no explosives, no big plays, no chunk plays. That's what they've got to take care of.
They'll set up to throw. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Let's go!
To throw on second down. James. And caught. Right side. Green. The 40. The 30. 10. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Redskins have taken a first-quarter lead. And sometimes those slants, they can be so tough to defend after the catch. It just happens so quickly.
And really, what gets set up there is how quickly everything happens. Ball's out of the hands of the passer in a hurry, and he just takes it and goes.
And he went all the way into the end zone. Extra point up and good by Suckup. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Redskins now, their defense coming back onto the field. And a big reason they've got the lead here in the first half, some of these hits we're going to see here.
Almost like they're a group of superheroes, right? Something out of a comic book. Boom, pow, biff. They are really playing well and making things happen on their side of the ball.
Taking me back to my childhood a bit.
There you go. You had a collection, didn't you?
I did. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Getting the sense Charles are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now, prior to the snap, we hit all zeros as time has run out on the first quarter of play. It's a close game here early on. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he gets it down to the 32. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shake. So you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Detroit! Detroit!
On second down, Kamara. And he'll go down at the 28. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
And this is caught at the 8.
Holding offense.
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
They'll set up a throw. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
And the hook up here with Jalen Strong complete. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough. Swing the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Throwing middle, and it's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to FedEx Field following this short break. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. As his guys are in for 6. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6.
Man, he just ran a terrific route. Extremely hard to defend when it's run that precisely and the ball's delivered that accurately.
Lutz with the extra point, and the lead is now 10. 7. This is taken at his 4. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Big yardage that time for the Redskins. And even 40 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. The Saints say they have it, and they do.
Well, give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
Instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
A very solid gain of 27. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Gets it to Strong. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Redskins scoop it. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on this first official weekend of fall. So let's get to it.
And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Our first update now comes from Atlanta. Now you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Jameis Winston with one touchdown pass thus far. They start the second half with Kamara, and they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Right back to him on 1st down. And he gets... this one to midfield before he's brought down. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And the ball is knocked out into the Redskins. How did they do?
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only...
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. From the gun, here's Cousins. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. Well, they did go run, so you were right. Maybe a little more breathing room for 4th down.
Well, no one wants to be accused of playing it safe, right? But instead, they would just reverse it and say, we're playing it smart.
Take it at the 37. That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Just what you want to... First down run, call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around.
Who
Excellent
that?
blocking,
Who that?
but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Again, it's Kamara, and he'll get
Who
it
that?
inside the 40 to the 39. They get 5 out of that one.
Man, I'm not trying to hear nothing about that little 4-4 record y'all got going on over there, boy. We clapping y'all shit, man.
In this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks
Man,
moving.
y'all definitely not winning no chip this year, boy.
And he works it past the 30, almost
No
to the
chip for y'all motherfuckers.
I mean, but damn, bro, they did win it last year.
Man, stop talking about last year, bro.
The what?
Again, this is Kamara, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way
GIF,
in this
GIF.
one, this time they
You
get
gotta just search it, cuz don't search it.
loss of 2 on the play.
Yeah, GIF, GIF, yeah.
Second and 12.
Yeah, yeah, GIF like Jiffy cornbread.
Yeah.
So when you get ready, like go like you finna put a tweet up, like you finna post a tweet type shit. Damn, them niggas smacked my shit. Hold on, let me put it up. I gotta walk you through that shit. When you put it up, all right, you see down there at the bottom, it should say it got like a picture image, then it say GIF, then it got like a 3-column for the poll shit. You don't see it at the bottom? Yeah, just click on GIF. Click on GIF and then. Yeah. You can search for shit too.
Because trying is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air.
Niggas do got apps. Some niggas do got apps, but not for Twitter though. But I guess on Twitter.
Back to throw here.
Double team and it's intercepted.
Picked off by the linebacker, Zach Brown. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
He's gonna keep it.
All right, let's go ahead and just add it up here.
Shit, why don't we get a fucking sharp in here? We're right at, man. We get a peer in this motherfucker.
Somewhere, to paraphrase one of the great coaches of the NFL, they're asking on that sideline, what the heck is going on out there?
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. The
completion
good for 3 and second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
I know y'all got some goated peers on y'all friend list, man. Hit them niggas up, man.
There, he's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
On third down, Cousins fighting a safety back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets his football out shy of the 30.
Man, this nigga J Money rep at 50 already.
12 yards that time and picking up the first.
We always talk about having to read defenses
now.
and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read.
Who, Dre?
Read the pressure.
Man, he been hooping like that?
Now at
Tough.
FedEx Field. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter.
Yes, Mom.
A first
No,
down
he
for
knows like
Cousins.
it don't not like it don't do nothing with you.
I
Like
And he'll be
it's
brought down right around the 37. A good pickup
He
there.
did
8
it
yards and a
last
first
year,
down
though.
completion.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone.
I
Or
think he's drafted. I think he's drafted as some strong, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
he'll
you
be
feel
taken
me? Like,
down at the 46-yard line.
I mean, yeah, okay, yeah, you're right. It could be. I don't think it'll be because
Not
he's
too
the
many
first
more
one
ideal
to
situations in
finish the
2nd
game
and 2
to do
in
it.
order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it
Yeah,
and
you're right.
picked it up.
I mean, it depends on where you fishing too. Sometimes it don't take too long.
False start.
Sometimes
Offense.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, maybe they were coming with a blitz that time. It caused a joke.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
I guess it's working,
Cousins.
but
He'll go over the middle to Reed,
killing my
complete. And able to rip off a big chunk
Oh,
of
yeah.
yardage before being dropped inside the 40. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain.
I ain't gonna cry. I mean, if it was me and I did get drafted last year, I definitely wouldn't do that shit again.
Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Wide open receiver, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
1st down, here's Cousins. Open space inside the 10. And is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to win.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. In for the score. And the Redskins have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. Extra point put through by Suckup.
I'm through giving motherfucker a chance. I ain't inviting nobody. Nobody get a chance. No more.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Stop. I don't know these niggas. Don't put that on my name. Stop. I don't know these niggas. These are Twitter niggas.
Comes New Orleans. They're sort of seeing themselves
all Twitter niggas come trying to get love to niggas on Twitter.
The coach is walking that line of
being
the
best one they
and really being firm with his team.
And that
had one tell me once, you know, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass.
Exactly.
This too shall pass.
You win because he's good at the game, man.
You got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
I think it was too much. Like he couldn't
now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Flushed out right.
I don't think
the sideline, and look at that catch, dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. 1st down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play call because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away.
Somebody was on his game.
They sack him back right around the 44.
One thing I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills.
I didn't pick nobody on
every
down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his 1st NFL sack. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after.
Maybe he felt that he couldn't keep up with us type shit.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think it was like
Jalen Strong, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. This secondary as a unit, they've worked really well together in this one, especially late.
A lot of cohesiveness, a lot of communication, and some great athleticism.
It's different to him, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we, say even if we win, but he have a bad game, he's stressed about that shit.
And he is
getting up
inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Even after we getting off and we winning, and he
18 yards there and a 1st down.
Whatever.
He's been quiet all afternoon. He may have just come up with a play of the day right there.
He got anxiety.
It's not the volume in which you get done. It's the quality.
A crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
I think you be down for a minute after heart surgery. I mean, I don't know how big it is.
Just down to score. They come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
To leave a team. I don't give a fuck if niggas kick me out the team or if I'm holding a shot.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
But I know I was right about that.
They stay on the ground. Geis again.
I knew I was
fucking take it ahead to the
about who?
Yo, I told niggas that though, bro. Like,
as he'll talk it over here before what'll be an important 3rd down.
Shit, bro, and I was like, yo, this shit nigga Obey is a weirdo too, bro. Like, I was saying it, I was like, yo, I hope that shit ain't fake that he's sitting up there by his mama, bro. Like, Because I thought it was, and I wanted to say something, but I couldn't say it. Like, I couldn't be like, yo, nigga, this is dumb shit. Like, yo, don't nobody. You know what I'm saying?
And a
Because if it's
timeout
real,
here.
then
Timeout
like,
taken,
I
whistles
look like the
blown.
asshole.
Timeout taken by the receiving team. As it comes with 1:15 left to go in the second half.
I don't.
And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation.
Never knew that, cuz.
When we have the opportunity, they've called these plays.
This nigga disrespectful. I didn't play with them when he played, bro. You disrespectful, bro. I only played with them. I started playing with them in 17 for MPVA. That last MPVA season, I played with them boys, and then it was just on some cool shit. After that, I never was part of my video. No. Let's get that shit cleared up. You know what this nigga ad be on, bro.
As they start this big drive.
And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10.
This
and first
nigga
things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here.
Get
the first down.
This nigga a troll, man.
I just learned something new about Fuji. I didn't know
Now a desperate a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
This has been one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for him. And if you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in a game, your chances to win have to be about 100 to 1. And it's not looking good for him here.
I'm saying, but you didn't know it then. Like, you didn't know him on Miami. That's what I'm saying.
Cousins is going to take this one down to a knee and end it.
Oh, well, he said he's carrying him now.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
After you leave. LeBron